Blessings and welcome to the path to freedom. This beautiful, wonderful path about us waking up to who and what we are, about us forever allowing for greater and greater expressions of that who and what to emerge, and about us allowing for always the peace, the joy, the harmony, the abundance, the wholeness that is fully present in every single moment, that is eternally surrounding us, and that is who and what we are, for all of that to emerge in ever expanded ways. Yeah. so welcome here. My name is Daniel Roquillo, and hey, thank you for joining me, for tuning in, for participating, for consciously walking this path of awakening and this path of freedom. I'm truly grateful for you and for your willingness and for your having said yes to do this inner work, which on some level obviously is about us, but ultimately, about our personal lives, but ultimately we are doing this work to give birth to a new world here on this planet, a world that works for everyone and a world that works for the highest good, where everybody gets to be in peace, where everybody gets to be in joy, where everybody gets to be in abundance, where everybody gets to have all of their needs met. So on many levels, I thank you. The topic for today is let's seek to see all others as God sees them. Let's seek to see all others as God sees them. And this obviously is, I recently had an experience with another individual where I found myself very caught up by egoic projections as to what that individual should or should not be. There was a lot of judgments, there was a lot of opinions about this individual and what I thought they should be able to do and where I thought they should be. And of course, this has nothing to do with the spirit, but this is all me creating a story, and this was all me creating a story that had nothing to do with anything that is true, real, lasting, eternal, everlasting. But it was just me. It was just my egoic structures. And I came and did this, and I did a lot of, and this went on for a number of days. And being aware of it, I did a lot of forgiveness exercises, and I set the intention to really forgive this individual. And obviously this forgiveness has nothing to do with accepting or condoning what they did or what they do. It was not about saying it is not about saying that what you did or what you did not do, that's okay. That's not what forgiveness is. But forgiveness from, as we're walking along this path of freedom, from a spiritual standpoint, forgiveness is all about me finding a way to release my attachments, to release my negativity, release the resentment that I experienced, so that I may be in peace, so that I may be in joy, so that I may be a vehicle, a conduit, a channel for love and kindness and compassion. That is what negativity is, or that is not what negativity is all about. That is what forgiveness is all about. And I did a number of exercises and moved into meditation and prayer around me forgiving this individual, thus releasing the negativity. But I apparently had to move through this prolonged space. As I said, this went on for a number of days, and I obviously had to move through that before I earlier today came to the point where all of a sudden I just snapped out of it. It was like I was pulled out of it. It was this morning that I woke up this morning with feeling and sensing that I need to begin to cultivate the habit of looking at this individual not through my myopic eyes, not through the limited perception that I as a small human have, but from a much larger standpoint, from a much higher vantage point. And I caught that I need to begin to cultivate and practice and train myself to view this individual as God sees them, as unique and perfect and whole and complete, just as they are. Because we need to realize that Spirit, first of all, is all that there is. There's nothing outside of Spirit. There's nothing that is not in Spirit, and Spirit is not in. And there's no thing that Spirit is not in. So God is the creator and God is the creation. And everything in between, if there was anything in between. But as God is infinite, there is no in between. There's just is. There's just isness. So God is all that there is. Fully expressing Himself in every single being, every single object, moment, space, and place. And also, we need to realize and lean into the truth that Spirit is always moving with divine perfection. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? It means that God is never late, nor is God ever early. God always expresses itself perfectly. There are no meaningless acts. There are no random acts. There are no mistakes ever in the mind of Spirit. And so with this, translating this into this individual, that it means that this individual is exactly where they need to be in every single moment. And this obviously goes for every single one of us. Actually, there's only one of us. God, expressing Himself in us and through every single being, is exactly where God is meant to be in every single moment. Spirit is always where it needs to be in every single moment. Not ever swaying. If you're driving a car down the freeway and if you sort of move your steering wheel or turn your steering wheel, you can swerve, of course. You can inadvertently and accidentally change lanes. But God cannot accidentally or inadvertently do anything. But everything has purpose. Everything has meaning. There is only divine order in the cosmos. Yes, we sometimes experience chaos. Yes, we sometimes experience turbulence. Yes, we sometimes experience a whole lot of things that we deem should not be. But that's just us not seeing the full picture, not having the highest vantage point. But from Spirit's standpoint, everything is in beautiful order, always. Like the Buddhist saying, every snowflake falls in the exact right spot. So coming back to this individual, coming back to seeking to see other individuals, all others, the way that God sees them. All that God sees is divine wholeness, is divine peace, is divine perfection, completeness, uniqueness. That's all that God knows. And when I caught this morning, obviously I needed, as I began by saying, I needed apparently for some reason to move through this space, to move through this resistance. It's kind of like I needed to hit my rock bottom where this individual was concerned. Had I caught this yesterday, I probably would not have been able to move out of it or move myself into this way of viewing this individual. But now I am. So my intention now is to seek to see in every encounter, to not look at the exterior, not look at the surface appearance of this individual, because I can just like that come up with a number of stories and judgments and opinions about who they are and what they're doing and the choices that they're making, all of these. But seeing them as God sees them means to go beyond the appearance, to come back to knowing that this individual, even though we may seem to be separate, this individual, this spirit expressing itself in us and through that individual in this very moment. And God always moves with divine perfection, which means that this individual is divine perfection expressing itself. And so this is my invitation. And so what I'm doing is that I'm reminding myself that when I think of this individual, all I want to think about this individual is that they are unique, perfect, whole, and complete. Nothing else. And as with everything else, I'm not habitually into thinking about this individual this way. But practice. Repetition is the key. One of the keys to walk in this path of freedom. And so that's my invitation to us all. To begin with one individual. And I'm actually finding myself, as I'm turning my attention toward this individual, as I've set the intention to see them as God sees them, to see them through the eyes of spirit, this affects my way of viewing all beings. So I know that even though this is about one individual, this is going to have beautiful ramifications on everything, on my whole being, on all that I am and how I show up in the world, how I express myself in the world, regardless of who's in front of me, regardless. So this is a beautiful next level for me, a beautiful next level for me, to seek to see the world and everything in it as God sees it. Unique, perfect, whole, and complete, always, always, always. And as consciousness always precedes form, and as whatever we are in vibrational alignment with will and must come into our experience, when this change that I am moving through now, the whole universe is going to rise up and meet me here. So as I said, this is going to have beautiful and powerful ramifications on my ways of being in this world, walking in this world, meeting and greeting this world and everything in it. So third time is the charm. I believe this is the third time I extend this invitation, and I don't think I've actually articulated what I'm inviting us to do. But I'm challenging all of us to pick one individual, to pick one object, to pick one condition or circumstance. It can be whatever. And set the intention to seek to see this condition, this circumstance, this individual as God sees it. There's nothing wrong, there's nothing lacking, there's nothing missing, but there's divine order here. There's divine perfection here. Unique, perfect, complete, and whole here, now. And to stay with this for, I don't know, let's do a week, for 7 days. Let's stick with this intention for 7 days. This is a 7-day challenge. A 7-day challenge. And if we could, Spirit might find a way for us to reconnect in 7 days and just, share how this has changed our lives. How we have been changed from this one single intention to seek to see the world as God sees it. To seek to see this individual as God sees it. To seek to see this condition or circumstance as God sees it. Are you all game? I hope that you are. I hope that you take me up on this challenge. Thank you so much for tuning in, for listening, for participating. Let's move into the world with brand new eyes, seeing the world in a brand new way. Until the next time, I bless all of our days, and I bless all of our ways with much love. Namaste.